Did y'all know January is Self-Love Month? Well, you do now. What's poppin', y'all? It's Jay, your resident mental health baddie here, helping you protect your peace in these untherapized streets, y'all. And while it's a new year, and I know everyone is kind of like discussing vision boards and organizational hacks and going to the gym, but we need to start with what I feel is the most important, and that's self-love. Like, do you love yourself though? How much? Could it be better? I feel it can always be better. You know, self-love is like the foundation of a sturdy house. Without it, everything else can kind of feel a little shaky. And it's not about arrogance, but more about acknowledging your worth, your quirks, and your imperfections. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, you actually are setting the tone for how others should treat you. Investing your time and effort into loving yourself definitely pays off with a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. And I'm telling you, we're all about surviving and thriving over here. So we're going to discuss some prompts that are inspired by the self-love edition of the game by We're Not Strangers. This game right here, about 20 bucks at Target. And this game actually helps you look deeper into yourself and appreciate who you are, where you come from, and help you along your way to finding and keeping that love alive, the self-love that is. So go ahead and subscribe and follow and stay up to date with new videos. If you love yourself, or if you want to love yourself more, you would. I'm just saying. If you loved yourself or want to love yourself more, you would follow the self-love series. So what are you waiting for? So let's get started. One thing I really love about this game is that it gives you prompts from your past self, your present self, and then your future self. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the different 3 levels. I'm going to start with the past level number 1. So this question is, what is one thing you did right? One thing that I did right, I feel like the one thing that I did right was that I actually listened to my gut. I used to hear people mention, listen to your gut. And I was like, how do you know when your gut is telling you something? You know, because it's like that little, that's gonna keep, hey, And the one thing that I love about listening to my gut is I feel like my gut is never wrong. My gut is never going to steer me in the wrong direction. So listen to your gut. That's the one thing that I do right, is I do listen to my gut at the end of the day. Even if I'm like, but I really want to go this way, and my gut is like, no girl, you need to go that way. I'm going to listen to her every time because she has never steered me wrong. So that would be my answer. The one thing I did right was I listened to my gut. So level 2 is a question about the present. What is one thing you can always count on yourself for? The one thing I can always count on myself for is that I'm going to figure it out. Like, I'm going to make a way out of no way. Now, I will say shout out to my mom for that. If something needs to be done, and if I have no way of figuring it out, or I have no way of doing it myself, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to research. I'm going to Google. I'm going to hit up some people. I'm going to make sure I get it figured out. So that's one thing about me that kind of helps me sleep a little better at night, is to know that I wouldn't put myself in a situation that I would not be able to get myself out of. And if I did, I'm going to figure it out. So shout out to me for that. The next question is going to be level 3 for your future. What is starting to make sense? What's starting to make sense to me is that everybody out here is winging it. Everybody's out here winging it. From your teachers to your scientists to your presidents to your bosses, everyone. I feel like everyone is out here winging it. Yes, there are people that are writing like guidebooks and things of that nature, but for the most part, nobody's lived this life before. We're all literally winging it. So by me realizing that everybody's out here kind of just making their own decisions and based on whatever information that they have, and they're literally just winging it. That kind of helps calm my nerves, because for me, I'm out here winging it. And I'm like, if I'm out here winging it, I know other people are out here winging it too. So don't take, I mean, yes, there are some things that are in life that are serious, but don't take life too seriously, because literally everybody out here is winging it. So you have to kind of give yourself some grace, give other people some grace. Not too much though, because audacity is at an all-time high. But everybody's out here winging it. So we're all just kind of going with the flow and just taking each day a day at a time. Sometimes I have to take it an hour at a time. But that is the one thing that I will say that is starting to make sense at my ripe old age of 39 or 30 and change, is everybody's winging it. So just make the best decision you have with the information that you have at that time. Everybody's winging it. Well, those questions were actually very interesting. I really like this game. I think we're gonna keep this ball rolling. So again, they are not paying me for this. I picked this up and paid my black dollars for this game. But Self-Love from the We're Not Strangers company, We're Not Strangers game group, it's definitely interesting. Again, this is Self-Love month, so I figured why not start off with a self-love game. And we're going to be doing this all January, because we're loving ourselves each and every day. Each and every day, more every day. And this game is very good about looking inside yourself and thinking about, asking yourself questions. It's because, especially if you're the type of person where whenever you go to an event and they're like, tell us something about yourself. And I'm like, I don't really know anything about myself. Because you need to ask these questions and get to know yourself and love yourself and say these things out loud. So let me know in the comments if you have this game, if you're interested in this game, if you buy this game, if you like the questions. What are your answers to the questions that we have, if you feel like sharing? Because I want to know. I'm nosy. I want to know. So until then, thank you for joining. Happy New Year, 2024. Give me some more in 2024, because 2023 was a doozy. So we need to kind of start off on a clean slate and just celebrate this new year and all the possibilities. So again, thank you for those that are longtime viewers. I say long time like I've been around that long, but I haven't. But thank you to all of you that have subscribed. And if you haven't already, you're coming across this video, go ahead and subscribe so you can stay up to date. And let's get this self-love train going, because if you don't love yourself, how the hell can you expect anybody else to? How can you? And you know what? Speaking of that, speaking of self-love, if you're not already following me on Instagram, definitely find me on Instagram, on TikTok at the J Booker. Every morning I am posting inspirational content and some petty words of wisdom. I'm going to sprinkle that in there somewhere. But yeah, definitely follow me. I love interacting with my followers, and I like hearing about people's self-help journey, self-love journey, therapy journey. Come on, y'all, we're here to get healed. Let's get healed together. So until then, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Love yourself.